Hello, good people.
Are you live, Brown?
I am now. Yep,
Hope you don't get struck.
I won't get struck.
Welcome
Most likely
to
it'll do one
Music
of those music and
Maniac. We are changing the name of all the shows to Music Maniac. Brian, you want to go?
I have a hard.
I was trying to get in to play Albatross by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh,
Music Maniacs.
that's right. And as we heard earlier. Now I want to state this before we go into start. Whoa.
Hey,
What?
Go ahead.
There we go. Yeah, I wanted to state that me and YR had a conversation that was during the test stream that I did earlier. I figure it's best, now on my end, it's been called just
RP, you need to get a
Arknolia and the
haircut.
Doctor. What again? Dude.
Hold on, remember RP? Like before, like a couple months ago, you got the burr, and I got pissed off because like you had like some bleach hair, and I got pissed. I was like, dang, why'd you get the whole? But you be growing it. You're growing it now, right? Like you're doing the slick back like Keith now. You're copying Keith hairstyle now. You be using gel.
Little bit.
Using a hairnet and gel.
Definitely gel, definitely.
No. Maybe what RP needs a mullet.
The mullet's in, bro. The mullet's in.
Yeah, it is.
It's hairstyle.
Some of the modern mullets that are out there right now, not none of them trailer park stuff there.
No, I got the real trailer park shit. You know what I'm saying? Keith,
Yeah.
Yeah,
how you doing tonight? This guy knows.
Good.
We have two people on the call that don't know nothing about Crosby.
David Crosby,
Crosby.
that is.
Keith thought it was Bill Cosby. Crosby.
Oh, shit, no.
This is a major, like I was telling him earlier, Dr. Brown.
Yeah.
We've lost three major
Stars.
icons.
Yeah, music icons, yeah.
Lisa Marie Presley.
Yeah.
We have
Jeff Beck, before that.
Jeff Beck now.
David Crosby from The Byrds, who we mentioned yesterday on the last show there. And who was also involved with Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young. And also had a solo career of his own. In fact, one of his songs, I think it was, forgot the title of it, but it was produced and featuring Phil Collins on the drums there.
And with respect to the dead, we do this every time someone passes away in the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
Can we give an 8-second moment of silence, please? Mute
Okay, there.
An 8-second bow.
Okay, there. We will.
Just want to give a rest in peace to another icon we lose in the music industry. I mean, he was 81.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this music was very popular in the 70s.
Yep.
And that was 50 years ago. You got to keep in mind, you know what I'm saying? This
Without getting a copyright strike, can you guys give me a tune that I'll probably remember him from or something? Or does he have a popular song that...
Well, he had a lot of songs with, as we mentioned, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Stills and Nash song, one of the probably the biggest hit.
Probably a
I'm
Sweet
pretty sure
Judy
you can't
Prize.
play his music, but like, can you hum one of his
I'll
songs?
do it right now. Here.
Oh yeah, this was a big hit.
of course, it's Stephen Stills singing.
Yep.
got out of town on a boat going to Southern Islands.
Never heard of that song?
That sounds pretty good, and it does seem like I've heard it before a long time ago.
It's in the soft rock realms as it is. It was a
Softer
big
rock
hit.
from the 70s.
Yeah. Actually, it's from the 80s. It came out around 1980 in the video for it on MTV there.
That's nice.
Yeah. Song
I like
is
his
called,
music.
Yeah, it is. And plus, it's produced by Phil Collins there. I forgot the title, but what is it?
Well, on his solo album, he did one called Laughing. That was a poem.
Let me look up that for one that features Phil Collins up there. Now, we also know, we got to remember, Crosby also was best well known for his drug problems as well there. Big house there for apparently possession of drugs, alcohol, and he finally was able to
Yeah,
get...
he was getting deep into cocaine.
Cocaine, heroin as well there. Yeah. And that was causing a lot of conflict between the group there. As one time it even said there that got to the point where even Stephen Stills was going off on him relentlessly. He apparently there was this one story which he had to walk off stage because he didn't get the drug he needed, which was heroin at that point. And he laid down, was about to go through withdrawal. Stephen Stills comes backstage, throws a drink of water at him, and says, "Come on, you can't be doing this, man. Come on, blah, blah, blah there." And at one point, he even had to have a kidney transplant or a liver transplant because of all the drugs he did back then, which goes to prove there what happens, what drug addiction can do to you in your later years. John Phillips of the Mamas and Papas, he went through the same thing because he was a big drug addict as well there.
I have a dumbass question.
Mm-hmm.
Why was cocaine such a big part of rock and roll?
Well, because I guess what it was is that, when you're a musician, you got to keep on tour. You got to have a heavy ass schedule. You got to do press shows. You got to do interviews. You got to do shows, concerts. You hardly have any time at that time because back then bands would release their album each year instead of 1 or 2, 3 years like they do nowadays.
And in some cases, they release 2 in a year.
Bro,
Yeah, exactly.
So, the RP, it's like, remember, not so much really now. I mean, it is in some rap songs, but there was a period where, like, all the rappers were sipping syrup and lean and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like a generational thing. Like,
But the difference
in the 70s, it was
lean,
acid, mushroom, like psychedelic.
LSD.
Yeah, but lean doesn't help you become a rapper or help you with touring. It kills you. Cocaine is different because it actually helps you stay awake or have energy or whatever. Big difference.
Here it is. The song is called "Hero" from 1993. David Crosby featuring Phil Collins on drums and backup vocals and production. Big hit there.
True.
Uh-huh.
My Warriors play tonight.
That's good.
And two.
Celtics finals rematch.
Oh, Celtics gonna win.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
It's on TV, right?
Yeah, knowing the Warriors how they are, they lose to fucking the worst teams, but they beat the best teams. It's so weird.
Yeah.
And there was a game in Paris today, the Pistons versus the Bulls in Paris, France.
All right, there. And who won?
The Bulls, which is actually pretty cool because the last time the Bulls were there, they won with Jordan and Pippen
And this is in Paris, France? Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting there. I didn't know they have any basketball games over there.
Yeah, and there's Ronaldo faced Messi today. I don't know if you guys are soccer fans.
Not really that much there.
Keith,
what are you doing, Keith? Walking around your room there like
he's a soccer fan.
Yeah, that's right. He does play soccer at times there.
I had a bad dream today. YR.
What you dream about?
I had a bad fucking dream that woke me up today, bro. I woke up, bro. I had a nightmare of my ex fucking somebody else, and me walking into my ex's house and finding condoms on the floor, a condom box on the floor. This is a dream, by the way, a vivid dream. I walk into her room. There's a condom box on the floor, and bro, it was horrible.
Oh wow.
And aren't dreams supposed to be like a reality of some sort?
Or a premonition?
She probably is fucking somebody else.
I don't know.
If she's an ex, what do you care?
I'm still attached a little bit, even though we don't talk, we don't see each other. You know, the girl that went to Spain, I'm still kind of...
I see there.
I never got over it, but...
I know. That's understandable, man. When my last girlfriend broke up with me to go back to her ex, I was like all over. I was like, angry over the joint.
Yeah.
Not a fun thing to go through.
Steve Callan sucks.
He's a good guy. Come on.
What?
Hey.
What?
We don't do drama here right now.
Okay.
Drama.
But into the news. Any final word on David Crosby. I mean, what songs did you like, Dr. Brown?
Well, I liked that song "Hero" that I mentioned there. It was a pretty good one there. And we of course we know the songs he did with Crosby, of course the other guys, Stephen, Graham, and Neil at times there. But probably one of the, I think probably the most best one that they ever did. And even though this is a Neil Young composition where he sang "Lean On," the one called "Ohio," which talks about the Kent State murders in Ohio there,
Yeah,
1970.
that's largely Neil Young.
Yeah, that was. He wrote down this song, and he was apparently everyone was angry over that.
Well, I mentioned Almost Cut My Hair. That was David Crosby.
When he was released from prison, he looked totally different. His hair was cut. He was clean shaven, because usually we see him with his standard trademark look, the mustache, the reverse mohawk, as Bill Cosby wanted to call it, where it's bald on top and hair all around everywhere else there. Looked totally different in this one photo. And this was, I guess, after he got out of prison there. It's...
A song called Screaming Suicide.
Wow. It's a new single from their new album. And the new album's called 72 Hours, right?
72, yeah.
Okay, there. Interesting.
72 seasons.
72 seasons. All right, there. That's pretty interesting there. Now, is that album doing well? Is it on the top of the Billboard charts there? Because Metallica is like the big wigs in the heavy metal rock scene. It's been for how many years there?
I like Crosby's mustache.
Yeah.
It's kind of sounding like the Black Album too. Pretty tight.
Wow. All right, there. I think there was other articles that was sent not too long ago, earlier today.
Right,
What was...
I got him.
All right, go ahead, Keith. There, read them off for us.
George Lynch's The Banishment to release debut album Machine and Bell has announced the signing of The Banishment. The band, a collaboration between guitarist George Lynch Mob, The End Machine, X Duncan. What was this saying?
X what?
I was just seeing the picture that was just sent.
Oh.
Suicide.
We should probably look up on blabbermouth.net.
Yeah. And programmer and multi-instrumentalist Joe Hayes started in 2011 and since 2020. And all.
Jacob RP, by the way, is a huge Metallica fan. He has a shirt, Metallica shirt. I seen it, the Black Album.
Yep.
So
Nice.
Shout that out, Jacob RP.
Unfortunately, it was just a shirt. It wasn't even mine. It was my little brother's shirt. Unfortunately.
Oh.
But Metallica still is one of the greatest names in rock and roll, right?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. I mean, like all the statements that they play absolutely proves that.
Yeah, man. They have their merch alone. Even just to wear it is cool. Just to wear it, like.
Yeah.
Bad Flower. It's about committing suicide.
Bad Flower.
Suicide! Genocide!
Jacob RP, I want you to give an apology to Steve Callaghan in the chat, please.
Callaghan.
Callaghan.
Callaghan. What the heck, dude?
Callahan.
Callan, yeah.
Callahan.
I'm one of those guys that like remembers when people comment bad comments about you in certain chats. I remember shit, so I'm one of those guys. I keep notes in my mind of shit when people talk shit. Sorry.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Right.
Suicide.
I wonder. Go ahead, Keith. Finish that George Lynch thing. I actually heard an interview with him today. About that. He does a lot of different projects. George Lynch is going to be Dr. Brown's going to be an industrial.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was like, wow, this is interesting. This kind of takes me back to around the early 90s when a lot of metal bands were using industrial elements in their music. I know Rob Halford's Fight had an EP called Mutations of Industrial Remixes of 5 of the songs from the War Words album there. And also, you can't forget Fear Factory's remix albums like Fear is Mind Killer and Remanufacture, which features a lot of industrial remixes there. I know the remix of Scum Grief was a big hit at the Leno City Club back in the 90s there, at City Club in Detroit there. Awesome song. Definitely would check it out there, guys.
Hey,
What are some of the best rock and roll cities? I don't know if that makes sense, but
Well, Detroit is one of them.
of course.
Yeah, that's right.
Seattle?
Seattle is a good nod there.
What about
Plus,
LA?
Boston.
Not LA.
What about LA? Remember, LA Sunset Strip scene back in the 80s there. All the bands like Wasp, Rat, Van Halen, Quiet Riot, all those bands were playing the scene there, packing in houses, Poison included as well. Well, I usually use a coin when I play guitar at times there, so to pick.
Name 3.
Well, that one there. I would have Billy Duffy of the Cults, Gretsch White Falcon guitar. It was one of the main reasons why I started picking up the instrument.
Nice.
Check out that song, Just Wanna Rock by Lil Uzi Vert.
Bro, I heard that song 10 times yesterday on the radio.
Oh, okay. That's my favorite song right now.
Not by choice. That song is on all fucking day.
Let me guess, it's a top one of those hit music stations, right?
No, it's
Yeah,
on the rap
they
song.
keep,
Yep,
they
I
keep
know what
playing
it's
it.
like. I know what it's like.
They keep playing the same song all fucking day, and it has nothing to do with rock and roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with like being a rock star or nothing.
No.
No, there was this one rap song that featured Little John on the chorus there. I forgot who it was.
Get Love?
No, it's not. No, it's not that. But it was a song. It had samples from Crazy Train from Ozzy Osbourne, and it's throughout the whole song there. Same bass lines there. Yep.
I want to look up that.
Yeah.
Suicide, genocide.
Yeah. Yeah, but I understand where you're coming from on with some top hit music stations, because that's what they always play. It's the same song over and over and over. When I was working at that restaurant in Roseville, Michigan, they had this radio playing this same songs over and over and over and over, to the point where I just wanted to shoot that damn thing or throw it up against the wall because I was tired of hearing it. But that's how that's how those kind of stations are. They have to play the hit music. That's what the people want there. Well, I'm considered one of the people, and I don't listen to hit music. Well, you don't count. Well, yes, I do, bro. I count more than you, chump. That's my response to them.
Keith, you like rump?
Yeah.
What?
What? Huh?
Wait. Okay.
There we go. This is an old one.
Yep. 369. Says she fine. Hope that she can suck it to me one time. Get low. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. Too low, get low, get low, get low, get low.
To the wall.
All bitches cry.
What's going on right now?
This bitch is.
All we need now is a stripper pulling some bitch growing up and down on it.
Dr. Earl language.
Wow, we got minors on the call. Keith,
Jesus.
Oh.
It's gonna. That would be one of the main songs, other than that Usher song. That if that song would play, you get laid right there on the floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, but you see where I'm coming from there. But they would take you to their
talking
home
about
and
the
lay
song,
you.
by Usher.
Oh, damn, bro! I just got my fucking schedule for work next week.
Language.
Sunday.
You have a car, RP? You have a car yet?
What?
Do you still have your car?
Yeah.
Good.
You know, the thing with 4 wheels that goes down the road.
Yeah. I just got a new job, so I got my schedule, and
Yeah.
you know, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
All right. Nice.
Oh, I would play Love in the Club.
What? By who?
Barry White.
No, that's Barry White's one of the originators of that. It's credit. You got to give him credit because he helped overpopulate the Earth. You know what I mean there.
Oh,
Keith,
wait,
you have
who are
any-
you talking about? Yeah, go ahead.
Keith, do you have any siblings?
No, I'm an only child.
Who do you look more like, your mom or your dad?
My dad,
Oh, nice.
I guess.
Sorry, random question.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Or
so,
maybe my mom. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, next time you get on the call here, show us pictures of both. We'll let you know who you
To
look
the
like.
window, to the wall. That's a good song,
Put the
man.
next
So Lil
one.
Jon has to be like. Is Lil Jon? Is Lil Jon in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No, but get a couple of years, he might be, knowing how the
Look that
committee
up.
is.
Special
Okay.
K. Look that up, please. And
All right.
And by the way,
shout
if
shout
you,
out to the 14 viewing right now. We do appreciate that.
and by the way, if you go to a strip joint and that song is not playing, there's some there, man.
Wait.
We,
Look up what?
Little
Is
John.
Lil Jon in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
All right. Is
Okay.
Lil Jon the Rock?
And do you guys care if he goes into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
absolutely not. No.
No.
They need to change the name to like Music Hall of Fame, not Rock and Roll.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
all of us agree on it. Yeah,
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. What you just said. That's true.
absolutely. So,
I mean,
are we
Judas Priest did go in last year.
about time?
Jacob RP. So
Is that Chris Jericho's band, or am I high?
No, what?
like
No,
50
Chris.
years ago, asshole.
Oh,
Okay.
Judas. Okay,
Yeah,
Judas.
So
I'm sorry. I'm
they're-
sorry.
Lil Jon, the East Side Boys are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they are eligible.
No surprise.
2023.
No surprise there, man.
I mean, Lil Jon is one of the greats, though. I mean,
Yeah.
not rock and roll, but
Of the Atlanta, like of that, what was that like?
Crunk. Yeah.
2000, 2002,
ATL
2015?
ATL sound there.
Yeah.
The crunk sound. That's what it was
I'll
called.
be honest, he should be in the Music Overall Hall of Fame. Like, he's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up when Bia came out, cause that was
With
before
the East
Get
Side
Low.
Boys, like really, Little John was the character that pool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the NWO with Hogan, Nash, and
Hall.
and
Scott
Hall. You know what I'm saying? Like the East Side Boys. What was their names?
I don't know the
Yeah.
other guys and the names. They just don't.
Keith. What was their interval name? Big Boy or something? Big Bad.
Nah, Big Boy was in Outkast. I don't know. Let me look it up. Okay, so Bia came out in 2000.
Suicide.
East Side Boys' real names.
Dr. Brown, you ever have a FUBU shirt?
No, I never did. I'm wearing a South Pole shirt right now, sleeveless.
Where'd you get that? A 99-cent store?
No, I got it at a store while in Detroit. There, I brought it along with
Like
me
a
when I moved
Chinese
to
market?
Texas.
Chinese market?
This was in Mexican town, man.
Where
Oh,
do
you
you,
got it
where
like
do
a
you
Mexican-
shop for
oh,
clothes,
shit.
Dr. Earl?
What up?
Mexican
Usually
flea market.
Well, because
Go
they
to the
have.
flea market and get some Mexican stuff, you know?
Well,
Go ahead.
nice.
Sorry,
You know,
I'm fucking around. Go ahead.
You know what? I know. You know what? There was this one spot by I forgot it was Veneer. I think it was Veneer Road. I forgot what it was because this was in 2012 there, and
Dr. Brown
every
gets
week.
clothes from he gets clothes from Urban Outfitters.
No, never been in there.
You would like it. It's cool. They be having like
Goodwill.
music shit there.
Right?
But
Good.
Where do you shop for trench coats?
Hot Topic. He goes to Hot Topic.
They don't, No, they didn't have any.
It's weird now, bro.
I know,
They be
well,
having
because
like
Acadian
a full wall at Hot Topic now is like all pop vinyls. It's like it's weird now. It's more comic booky than like goth.
Yeah,
really.
they're basically catering to the emo kids out there who love anime, who love these local romance, Bring Me the Horizon there. That's,
Bro, I got a new haircut.
Bring me the RP. Bring me the competition.
Okay.
I got a new haircut, and none of my fucking apps will let me in with Face ID, like face scan.
What?
Oh
Okay.
snap!
all right, so
Yeah,
guys,
that's crazy.
but Are we ready for our subject?
Okay, the names of the East Side Boys.
What
no,
the
we have
hell
two
was
more
that?
news pieces left. We have two
Bro,
more.
that was gross.
I got the name of the East Side Boys.
All right, you look like a little bow. So can we get to the other? We have two more news pieces.
Okay.
I sent the newest one with the Metallica song. We need to dive into that because they had some
Okay.
interesting takes on that. The other piece
Richie.
was Richie Faulkner is the band. So basically, like we said yesterday, that Rex Brown was the bassist
Elegant Warriors.
for that band, but touring, like for the album for touring, it's going to be different people in that band. And this is what the article comes out with. Go ahead, producer Special K. Thank you.
All right. Richie Faulkner recruits Uriah Heep and accept members for Elegant Weapons touring band.
Oh wow.
Uriah Heep.
Yep.
Elegant Weapons, the new band featuring guitarist Richie Faulkner, Judas Priest, and singer Ronnie Romero, Rainbow MSG, will make its live debut this spring. The group, which is rounded out by Dave Rimmer, Uriah Heep on bass, and Christopher Williams.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. So that's Minnesota Vikings word, Rimmer.
And Faulkner.
Can you reread that again?
Faulkners?
Can you reread that again with the Rimmer thing?
Yeah, will make its live debut this spring. The group, which is rounded out by Dave Rimmer, Uriah Heep on bass, and Christopher Williams.
Uriah Heep, yes.
Uriah Heep
Yes.
on drums. Has announced the following 2023 European Festival appearances so far. June 16th, Caisson, France at Hellfest. July 2nd, Bologna, Italy at the Return of the Gods. Elegant Weapons' debut album, Horns for a Halo, will arrive in the spring via Nuclear Blast Records. The LP was recorded with bassist Rex Brown, Pantera Down, and drummer Scott Travis, Judas Priest, and was helmed by acclaimed British producer Andy Sneap, who has previously worked with Judas Priest, Accept, Exodus, and Megadeth, among many others. Regarding the Elegant Weapons band name, Faulkner said, "I'm almost any endeavor the craftsman needs the right tools for the job. For a musician, these tools are things like their instruments, their voices, and emotions that the right combination of all of these can bring to the surface. You can also consider a reference to the instruments we play because they're almost antiques now. So yes, it interferes with our instruments and also this kind of music when we're carrying the tradition of the greats like Sabbath and Dio, but also bands the guys are Dio, but also bands the guys are connected to, like Rainbow, Pantera, and Priest. Yeah.
Do you know what commas and periods are?
Yeah, but I don't care right now.
Wow.
Oh jeez.
These articles are too long for commas and periods.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Gosh.
Richie and Rex have been friends for years, so when Richie was recording Horns for a Halo during the pandemic, he called on his friend to record the bass for the album. Well, Rex brings a sound, first of all, that is like no other bass sound, explained Richie. The way he plays bass is instantly recognizable. But I got involved with Rex. You know, as with a lot of things that we do as humans, really, we got involved as friends first, but Rex has got a great way of hearing the way the bass parts and the drums interact together. I mean, Rex's parts just breathe grit and life and dynamic into the song.
Skip to the Metallica article.
Okay. I didn't get that one. Let me see.
Real quick before you find what's in the group chat, look for it real quick.
Okay. All right.
So when Bret Michaels released a song today. I don't know if you listened to it, Brett.
Not yet, there.
Back in the day, and then you got to watch the video, the music video, because there's a bunch of old pictures with Bret Michaels from all over the years. It's a really cool video.
Childhood up to now, to his poison
he's playing
years.
the guitar in the song, plays the riff thing. It's pretty cool.
Oh my God!
I forgot something. Let me go to my notes here. David Crosby gave sperm to Melissa Etheridge.
Yes, that is true. Did you hear about that, Earl?
Yes, I remember hearing that. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, it's like, man, he's been through drugs.
Got an article on that one?
No, but we know the story. Melissa Etheridge, as you know, she had her partner there, whose name I forgot. They were looking to have a baby, but did it with the artificial insemination. They kept who the donor was a secret for a long time. Then it was revealed to be David Crosby later on. Now it's got to be it. Now? Because it's kind of funny is that Crosby, he must have some good-ass DNA because after survived a kidney transplant or liver transplant, he also went through drugs.
Here's the thing, like, Melissa Etheridge, she was lesbian,
yep.
But why do you know the backstory? Did you find anything?
Suicide! Sorry.
Where she got the sperm from?
I don't know.
Watch from him, I feel?
I don't know.
Keith.
Yeah.
You know who Suicide is from TNA Impact?
No, I don't.
Ever since I saw the word suicide, I keep singing his theme song. Suicide!
Yeah.
Sorry.
I haven't watched wrestling since 2016.
Jesus Christ.
Same for 45 minutes. Listen, I'll throw this out here. We can move on.
Yeah.
If you're not Joe Cronin and you're talking about wrestling on YouTube, you should be ashamed of yourself. Stop copying Joe, for real.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Keith, with the Metallica.
Hear Metallica's new song, Screaming Suicide. Metallica has released the official Tim Saccenti directed music video for a new song called...
I don't want to hear Keith read anymore. I don't want to hear him read anymore.
They released a 10 sack. What, Keith?
They released a 10 sack?
A 10 sack.
Tim Saccenti.
Keith.
Yeah.
Reread the article.
I want to ask these guys a question. What are some of your favorite logos from bands like AC/DC?
Stop interrupting
Kiss.
the news. No, we like all the logos. That's a good show. That is a good
We do,
okay. Jacob RP, do you want me to use periods and commas?
Do the autistic 2 times speed type thing.
All right.
2.5 times speed for the autistic type. Go ahead.
Metallica has released the official Tim Saccenti directed music video for a new song called Screaming Suicide. The track is taken from the band's 12th studio album, 72 Sessions, which will arrive on April 14th.
72 seasons.
The autistic 2.5 times speed. Thank you.
Metallica's James Harper and clocking in at over 77 minutes of 12 tracks, 72 sessions is Metallica's first full-length collaboration. New material since 2016's Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Says Metallica, we're back with another taste from 72 sessions. A new album coming out on April 14th, Screaming Suicide. The second track we're releasing in advance is now available to stream and download. And as an instant grat with all album pre-orders, adds Metallica frontman James Harford. Screaming Suicide addressed the taboo word of suicide. I don't know.
James Hetfield.
James Hetfield, Screaming Suicide. I don't know what I said.
What do you say, Brown? James.
Holy cow.
Trying to get James Corndog. He said James Corndog.
James, I think I said James Hartfield. Address the taboo word of suicide. The intention is to communicate about the darkness we feel inside us. Ridiculous to think we should deny that we have these thoughts at one point or another. I believe most people have thought about it. To face it is to speak the unspoken. If it's human experience, we should be able to talk about it. You're not alone. Regarding the Screaming Suicide music video, Metallica said, we first worked with Tim on Lux Eterna, and we're so blown away that we asked Tim to come back to round 2 in a recent release behind the scenes look at the making of 72 Sessions. Hetfield stated about the LP's first single, Lux Eterna. Lux Eterna is an upbeat, kind of fast and joyous song, I would say, really indicative of new wave of British heavy metal stuff, so kind of harkening back to 80s kind of riff. It's just fun. It makes me move. It was fun making the video, fun recording the song, and that comes out real easy. That was a real easy song to write and to perform. Like I said, very much like the early 80s for us, as for the inspiration for the 72 Seasons album titled Hetfield said 72 Seasons came out of a book I was reading about childhood, basically, and sorting out childhood as an adult. About 72 seasons, basically the first 18 years of your life. How do you evolve and grow, mature, and develop your own ideas.
Donation, Jacob RP. Thank you for that donation. Go ahead, Keith.
your own ideas and identify self after these 72 sessions. Some things are more difficult than others. You know, some things you can't unsee and they're with you for the rest of your life, and other things you're about to rewind the tape and make a new tape in your life. So that's the real interesting part for me, is how you're able to adjust these situations as an adult and mature. He continued, there's been a lot of darkness in my life and in our career and things that we have happened with us, but always having a sense of hope, always having the light that is in the darkness. Without darkness, there's no light, and being able to focus a little more of the on the light in life instead of all the how it used to be and how horrible it is. There's a lot of good things going on in life. Focusing on that instead, it helps to balance out my life. And there's no one meaning to it. Everyone has some sense of hope or light in their life. Obviously, music is mine. And the song specifically talks about gathering of the people at concert and being able to see the joy, the life, and the love that comes out of the music and the family and the kindship and that, and just a sense of uplifting. In November, Metallica released the Tim Sanctini directed music video for the Lux Eterna, along with the details about the album's accompanying M72 World Tour, featuring 2 night stops in nearly 2 dozen cities, presented worldwide by Liquid Death and Black in America Whiskey in North America only, and promoted by Live Nation. The 46 show track would launch in Amsterdam on April 27th and will include shows all over Europe and North America through 2024. Each no repeat weekend on M72 will feature 2 completely different set lists and support lineups. The M72 tour feature a bold new in the round stage design that relocates the famed Metallica Snake Pit to center stage, as well as the I Disappeared full tour pass and the debut discounted tickets for fans under 16 years of age. Opening acts for the tour include Pantera, Mammoth, WVH, Five Finger Death Punch, Ice Nine Kills, Arthritis, Volbeat, and Greater Van Fleet. In the 6 years since the arrival of Hardwired to Self-Destruct, Metallica has issued some of its classic albums, released a second live album with the San Francisco Symphony, commissioned a covers album featuring the likes of Ghost, Volbeat, Weezer, Corey Taylor, and the HU, and landed on the Billboard Songs chart with Master of Puppets after promote placement in the hit Netflix show Stranger Things. Done.
Okay.
Damn. You got any time left for the topic?
Yeah, we got time.
Ken and Joe Cronin should ban Vikings fan from their channels. Thank you.
Well, what's he doing now?
He's just threatening and all that shit. Threatening you again, all that type shit. So.
Well, let me see this, man. What the fuck
guy's
you saying there?
We need to stay focused on the music, but
that's what I'm doing right now.
Going to the 1960s. I wanted to mention a group.
Yeah, back to the 1960s. Yeah, let's do a part 2 of our 1960s look there. Artists, bands, everything else there.
What was the main source of physical music in the 60s? Was it a vinyl, or did cassettes come out?
Oh, vinyl, definitely vinyl. There
when
was
did
no
cassettes come out? When did tape cassettes come out?
I think
that's a good
70s, I believe.
So they were out too,
I could be
right?
wrong.
Yeah.
Do you have any
8
cassettes?
tracks were the big thing in the late 60s, early 70s.
Brown or Keith, do you have any cassettes?
I used
to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Actually, I used to have tons of vinyl when I was first studying, when I got into rock and roll. Then I also moved on to cassettes, and you know what? I still have. I feel bad that I left all my cassettes back in Michigan when I moved to Texas, because I had I had whole big ass box full of them, because I had a Walkman. I used to play in my car. It was whenever I would cruise somewhere, whether it's to a different city or a different area there, I would listen to all the cassettes at all that time there. I would record from the CD player onto the play in the car, because my cars I had at that time didn't have any CD players there. In fact, the car I drove around now has one, surprisingly, but yet I only have 2 CDs. Both were one was given and the other was mail ordered.
I think I had 3,500 or more records. Got rid of them.
Oh wow, wow. Gosh,
I remember.
No, most of my stuff is on. Most of my music is on MP3s now, and on my phone as well. In fact, when I had moved to Texas, I had to find all the records, all the albums on YouTube. This page, that tab, this download site, and and put them all on a good percentage onto my on my MP3, even on Bandcamp as well.
Yeah, I've got something like 400,000 MP3s.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you should probably one of these days, if you go live in your channel or your Patreon, you could possibly play all those MP3s all the way straight on through Music Marathon.
Yeah, and I'll be here for about 20 years doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm playing pieces now on my Patreon.
Yeah.
/ Arknolia.
Yeah, we gotta check that out, everybody. Got to plug up Ark's here, Ark's Patreon. Definitely go sign up for that.
I've got over 80 music posts, and I do things like I do the top 20s for each year, the second 20s, 21 through 40, and then other significant songs of that particular year, and songs that were #1 throughout the year. And I've done that through 1966, from 1960. I also do, if you remember my list when we discussed certain artists, I had a list of my favorites. I've got a bunch of those out there.
Yeah.
And like I said, I play pieces of it, so it won't be like, okay, it's a song title. What's it mean? Oh, it sounds like that? Oh, I get it. And then you can go out and get it if you like it enough.
Yep.
I remember the first time I got into cassette tapes. It started like so I went to Hebrew school, and then I got my bar mitzvah on I had the Torah reading for my bar mitzvah on a tape, so I could listen to it and learn it. So it was for my bar mitzvah. And then when my bar mitzvah was over, I said, oh, let me record on this tape, record from the radio on this tape. And then after that, I got a bunch of tapes and recorded songs from the radio and listened to them back on the tape.
I want to ask this: did they have reels to play back then? You know, not the regular tapes like cassette tapes, but
reel to reel.
Yes, exactly. What the heck?
Yeah, I had.
Can you read some of the Torah?
Okay, fine.
Nah, I forgot how to read it.
Or any of the Hebrew?
I mean, I could say the prayer for Hanukkah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher keshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahalik ner shel Hanukkah.
All right.
Yeah, they say if you don't use it, you lose it. And I didn't use it.
So you lost it.
Yep.
All right, there. Okay, back to cassettes. You know, they back to vinyl. That was the main thing. 12-inch and 7-inch singles were the main thing back then. You know, that was how you got your music. That's how I first started listening to music. There was through vinyl. Back then, it was just called records and albums. That was about it. Nowadays, they call it vinyl. That was the thing back then.
My first 2 singles were the Beach Boys, I Get Around, with Don't Worry Baby on the other side, and the Beatles, She Loves You, I'll Get You.
Nice. My first album was a compilation called The Beatles Rock and Roll Music. It was a double album there. And I don't know if you find it nowadays, it's very scarce, very rare to find that record today. But it was, like I said, it was a compilation of all their rock and roll songs from each album that they put out, including from the White Album as well. Helter Skelter was on there, as well as Birthday.
Yeah, one of the bands I was in, we covered Birthday.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Great song there.
And obviously played it when someone had a birthday.
Obviously, oh, yeah. There was a band called Secondhand Uzi out of Port Huron, Michigan, that played one of the bar and grills in Richmond, Michigan when I was living there. And somebody had a birthday, and obviously they did what song? Birthday by the Beatles.
What was that?
Oh, that was on my Skype chat. Someone that Skype here.
Shout out to Sharp.
Sharp?
From No Jumper. Sharp interrogates Blueface and Let me know. Oh, okay. Sharp interrogates Blueface and Chi-Sun about their toxic relationship.
Wow. Hmm.
I can't wait to see that. I like Sharp.
All right. Farmouth Ken's in your chat there, guys. You know, want to call in, Ken?
Okay, we're still in the 60s. We're going to be in the 60s for 4 or 5 shows if this continues.
All right, there. Yeah. All right, there. So, let's continue there.
Okay. Well,
You all right, YR? Why are you okay, dude? Okay. Okay.
Okay, in the 60s, we had Gail Garnett, who did a song called We'll Sing in the Sunshine. She was Canadian.
Ah.
Gary Lewis and the Playboys. String of hits.
Oh,
Gary
yeah.
Lewis being the son of Jerry Lewis.
Uh-huh.
And
This
they
Time
had
in
songs
Rain.
like Count Me In.
Mm-hmm.
You Don't Have to Paint Me a Picture. There's a ton of them. I Hear Symphony.
Yeah.
Then you had Gary Puckett and the Union Gaps.
Oh, yeah. Young Girl.
Young Girl was a pedophile song. Watch
I
the
know.
words on that one.
I know, exactly. I remember hearing it a couple times. I was like, are you kidding me? Huh? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's saying get out of my life and all that, but it's pretty obvious he's been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, there. But then again, a lot of times, some of the groupies were kind of young when you think about it there.
Yeah, the biggest hit was Woman, Woman.
Hmm.
Then there's Gene Pitney. He had a big string of hits in the 60s.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that yesterday, if I'm correct. Gene Pitney, I've heard that many times there.
Town Without Pity. Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Yeah, that was a big one for him.
Then you had Gene Vincent.
Oh, yeah. We know his big song, Beep Bopalula.
Yeah.
Which my mom had as a 45 originally there.
Yeah. The Gentrys, Keep on Dancing. Their most famous member was a guy by the name of
Jamie Hart, the Mouth of the South, who later got involved with Memphis Wrestling with Jerry the King Lawler, and later the WWF in the 80s there during the golden era.
Yeah, their big hit was Keep on Dancing.
Yep. And Hart would also help compose some of the theme music for the wrestlers at the WWF and later on in WCW as well there when he jumped ship to that company there.
Then you had George Jones, big country guy.
Yeah.
His most famous song was He Stopped Loving Her Today.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, I don't know if you ever saw Arknolia at the show which Michael Shannon portraying George Jones. I think it's a series on Showtime, I guess. Mini-series of... Yes.
I've seen the ads.
Yes. And credit to Michael Shannon because he's one of the best underrated actors out there.
Then you had Georgie Fame, who was mostly blues, jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry and the Pacemakers. They had a string of pretty big hits.
Mm-hmm.
Ferry Across the Mersey. How Do You Do It? Which is actually a song the Beatles wrote.
Yes. Or actually was they were offered that song and the Beatles turned it down.
Earl, you don't say yes, you say
yeah. SC.
Earl.
What up? What up, SC? SC, what up, man?
You don't say yes, you say
Yeah, but that sounds so girly.
Yo, SC.
Yeah, but Keith always says,
how'd he get in here?
Yeah, but I'm not Keith.
How you guys doing? Happy New Year.
Hello.
Happy New Year's, dude.
Hello.
You?
Yeah, SC, are you okay, mijo?
Yeah, so...
Chupame y culo bendejo. Chupame y culo bendejo, Brown.
The other day, like...
oh, wait. Wait before everything. Because
yes.
you haven't been around since then. What do you think about me and Brown going to Judas Priest concert? You think that was the greatest community meeting?
Look, I've been away from everything, bro. The other day I was strolling through because I'm at work, right? I'm listening to some. I'm trying to find something to listen, and then I see like it says on my feed, it says what is it like Barber Channel, and
Keith
I'm like,
Barber channel.
yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
Keith
He's
Barber
live?
channel, yeah.
I'm like, what
Barber
the
channel,
hell?
like haircuts, fades, braids, all that stuff. So.
I was so lost. I'm like, what the heck?
Extensions.
So then I click it, and then I'm hearing, and I'm like, well, what the hell? I thought he had his own channel. I was like, oh shit, he has his own computer now. But then I guess I assume that you just changed your name RY to that, right?
Yeah.
See, did you see the Judas Priest meeting with the metal meeting with me and Brown?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's in this channel, I guess.
It's on both our channels, me and YR's.
Okay, I'll look for it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we had a great time. This happened this past February there, back in H-Town.
This past February. That was.
I mean, November. I'm getting tongue-tied there.
About to say, 'cause I was here last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I created this account real quick because I was listening.
That way to get out. Go that way. We have to go that way.
Oh, right there.
We have to scan the barcode.
All right there. Yeah, we got to get that ready.
Look at this part. Look at this.
Yeah, we were trying to get out of the parking lot we were in. We were having some issues. We were trying to use scan some, but it wasn't picking it up. Head back home.
Yeah.
So how do we get on North 45 from here?
Metallian?
Yes.
All right there.
Slow down, you're going to 80.
Oh, so you guys meet up now?
But anyways,
you guys meet up a lot now, I guess?
yes.
Well,
RP, what is your opinion about SC? A lot of people think you're being troll accounts, you're doing stuff behind the scenes. Like, you really were. Well, we haven't talked since where you came on the show. Well, you were in the chat yesterday, right? So, but you haven't been
not
on
yesterday. Like the other day.
You haven't been on the show, Mijo, in how many months?
I haven't spoken to you in Lord knows how long.
Right.
Yeah, I was listening earlier.
Do you have the same haircut and everything? You look the same?
I don't want to talk about anything about me.
Well, you went behind the scenes to try to take down Joe's Streamlabs, and you do you apologize for that?
We've gone down that road so many times. I think it's pointless me speaking about that again. Are you guys cool with Cronin?
Ken, come on, brother. You put your earpods in.
Yeah, definitely put your
AirPods in, and we'll make it work. Tin can and a string. But RP, you don't wish death, you don't wish harm on anyone in this community, or do you have any beef with anyone, or what do you feel about the Beatles and 1960s music? Thank you.
Are you talking to me or RP?
Yeah, go ahead, Mijo. You
said RP though.
SC, same thing. Y'all are the same.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I mean, is Ark here?
Yeah, he's here.
Kind of.
Yes,
Happy
he is.
New Year, Mr. Ark.
Thank you.
Happy New Year, Mr. Earl.
You too, man.
Mr. Rebarber.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Thank you. RY. Happy New Year, brother.
You brother.
What's his name? What's his face? RP mentioned the World Cup earlier. For soccer. Yeah, man. Just so happy that Messi won. Did you guys do a live stream about that?
No.
No, we don't. Soccer should be illegal. So support that sport.
Be careful when you say that in South America or in England there.
Do you think
I'll never go to those shitholes. I'll never go to those damn shitholes anyway. So go ahead.
Do you think Vikings fan channel got boring when he stopped using the Legends Lounge?
Yes, the Legend one. Yes. 91% of the chat thinks so. So fuck Vikings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You try to go on my music. You try to go on my music. You try to go on one of my music videos, concert videos, and say, "Oh, who cares?" and shit. Fuck you, Vikings. You ungrateful bastard, asshole. Go ahead.
And but also, it also fits this, and I think everybody also agrees that that show hasn't been the same since I was booted off there.
Yeah. For real.
Okay. Well, did you want to get in the list, Ark?
Ark, yeah. Let's continue there.
All right. Glenn Campbell, Glenn Yarborough, Baby the Rain Must Fall. You got the Grassroots. They had a huge...
That song,
Midnight,
Keep On...
Midnight Confessions by the Grassroots.
Yeah, they had a ton of hits.
That song, Keep On Dancing, by the Gentrys. I love that song.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you could go on Google Images and you could look up something? I'll give you something to type in. You can look it up. And you can show people
with
something.
the Kroger Plus.
Give me a donation on that.
A donation.
Well, the RP is here. I mean, SC is here. Steven Sanchez. And
Oh my God. Wow. All right, we're still doing that. All right.
Are you kidding me?
Steven Sanchez, yeah, he's back on the show. And Steven Sanchez, yeah.
You guys can see my name on Skype.
SC Mojito is your name.
Hold on, do you guys see my
No,
name?
my Skype kind of froze.
Does it really say my name on Skype, bro?
No,
Name
not yet.
and
My kind of frozen, man.
Name and location, mijo.
Does it really say it?
Yes,
'Cause you're like,
chupame y culo, pendejo. Are you gonna? Are you gonna support?
Alright.
Are you gonna
Can you
support?
go
Hello.
can you go on Google real quick?
Go ahead, Keith. Google.
No, you, because I want you to show people something I'm about to ask you to.
We need to get
Look
RP
up.
in here because he cannot stand classic music, and we need to get him. Go ahead, Ark, with the list. Continue on.
No, hold on. Wait, what?
We don't want to. I'm not making pictures. I don't do that. Come on, you're gonna have to pay.
No, bro, you're gonna laugh.
RP, we have SC here.
Oh my
Are you an SC guy, RP, or you don't care for it?
What's up, RP?
Really?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
God, everyone's a critic, huh?
Because I know you was able to coexist on what program we you both were on.
Yeah, we're
Stinks on ice.
We gotta spice it up with Latino vibes here. You know what I'm saying?
Now hold on. I'm about to
This is the international show now. We have a Jew, a couple of Latinos.
I'm not gonna be here for long. If you could just look up something, please, or
I go ahead.
can you look it up?
Go ahead.
The
All right,
Warriors
so
are playing, so I'll be back.
go on Google and type in the letters. I'm gonna tell you right now. ATTILA. Space.
Walita?
No, for real. You're gonna laugh, dude.
What was it?
ATTILA.
Alita.
And then space BAKK.
Mr. Beast?
What?
It's not coming up on images?
Yeah, Google Images.
The guy looks like Keith, right?
Yeah.
What? What the fuck?
What is that again? What is that again?
Bro,
That's Steve.
what the fuck, dude?
Please, bro, you gotta show it.
All right, I'm
gotta
gonna show a bunch.
it.
Bro, this is weird.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy looks like Keith for real, like a 40-year-old Keith.
Dude, this guy has mental issues.
Yo, I'm about to put the picture in the chat. What the fuck, dude?
You have to show everyone. Come on. Keith, you have a long lost brother, bro.
Gotta see this. Gotta see this, man. Give it a couple minutes here to see this.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What the hell? Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh.
God, let's just.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's uncanny.
Sorry.
Yeah, what is she yelling at you about? The hell's the
Keith,
problem?
Keith, you got a doppelganger, dude.
All right. What's
Have
that
you
mean?
seen it? Have you seen it, Keith?
I'm looking at it right now, man.
I just seen it right now. Just seen it right now.
What do you think, Keith?
I don't think he looks like me.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Of course it does,
Okay.
man.
All right.
Arc with the list. Thank
snap.
Holy shit. The one on the table there is exactly like you, Keith, man. Damn.
Oh, all right.
He's mad.
Go back.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dude. The second one with the hair is even more tripped out.
It's insane, right?
I know. Keith,
Wow.
you need to grow your hair into that style there.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well,
there you go. There's another one. Damn, dude.
Thank you for derailing the show, RP, SC. Thank you.
Yo, he looks just like him, bro. Jeez.
Gosh.
All right, guys. Well, it was
All right.
good talking to you guys.
All right, have a good one, Steve.
You guys take care, man. Thank you.
All right. Okay. That is a fucking trip, man. Damn.
Damn.
I know, it's like, yo, Keith, I know Keith was not impressed with that one. It's like, that don't look like me. Oh, yes, it does. Right there. All right, there. So,
Arknolia with the list. Without
There
any
we go.
any interruptions. Thank you.
all right.
Okay, the Grassroots had a string of hits. YR mentioned Midnight Confessions.
Mm-hmm.
There was also The River Is Wide, Melody for You.
Temptation Denies.
Yeah. Where Were You When I Needed You?
Mm. And which one? What was it? They who also did "Hooked on a Feeling"? Am I wrong?
No.
Okay.
B.J. Thomas.
Okay.
Okay. Then the Grateful Dead started in 1960s. 1968, I believe.
Yeah.
They were formed in 1965.
Wow. Interesting.
But their first album is pretty much an indication of what they were going to be. Then you had the Guess Who that was also formed in the 60s.
Exactly. From Canada.
Yeah, and their first big song was a cover of a song called Shakin' All Over.
Oh, yeah. Which the Who they also covered for Live at Leeds years on down the line. And by the way, here's something else I found out today. They also did their cover of Bob Seger System's Rambling Gambling Man as well.
Yep. Okay, then you had The Happenings, Harper's Bazaar.
Yeah. And then we're talking the band, not the magazine, the same name.
Right.
Yep.
Harry Nilsson.
Mm-hmm.
Henry
I thought he
Vance.
was just a 70s artist there, but he may have started earlier, right?
Right. That's why I mentioned him.
Yep.
Herman's Hermits, mostly 60s.
Yeah, it's right there. And we know their songs. Mrs. Brown, You Have a Lovely Daughter, Something Good, and a few others there.
Just a little bit better, which is kind of a weird song because he's sitting there singing about he may give you diamonds, fancy cars, and all this, but I can give you love. And ain't that just a little bit better? Probably not.
Not with these modern women of today.
Yeah. Oh man. Then you had the Honeycombs, who their distinction in the early '60s, they had a female drummer.
Oh wow, interesting.
Their big song was "Have I the Right?" H.P. Lovecraft was '60s band.
Oh wow, named after the author of the same name, the guy who created Cthulhu, the monster.
Then you had Ian Whitcomb.
Mm.
The Impressions.
Featuring Curtis Mayfield.
Iron Butterfly, one of your early psychedelic bands.
And we know which big song they had back then, In the Garden of Vita, which was originally supposed to have been In the Garden of Eden, but the guy who wrote it was drunk off his ass. When he was asked what's the name of the song, he was like, In the Garden of Vita, and it just stuck.
Yeah, they went with it.
Yep.
It's a Beautiful Day. Their big song was something called White Bird, which is absolutely a fantastic song.
Oh, wow.
6 minutes. J. Frank Wilson and the Cavaliers, Last Kiss.
Yep.
Jackie DeShannon, What the World Needs Now is Love.
Is Love.
Sweet Love.
Yep, I remember hearing that a few times there.
The Jackson 5 formed in the late 60s.
Yep.
You had James Brown.
Mm-hmm.
James Taylor.
James Taylor, yeah. His first album came out on Apple Records, the Beatles label there. And then apparently that album went out of print for a long while there. He eventually signed with another label, became a superstar.
Jan and Dean.
Mm-hmm. And we know their songs. Little Lady from Pasadena and, of course, Dead Man's Curve.
Right.
And we know the story about what happened with them, one of their members.
Jan Berry was in an accident.
Yeah.
Jay and the Americans, Come a Little Bit Closer, Only in America, Cara Mia.
Yeah, which I mentioned Nikolai Volkov from the WWF covered on from their wrestling albums there back in '85.
Jeannie C. Riley. What was her big hit? Come on now.
Jeannie C. Riley. You got to give me a clue, dude.
Harpy Valley PTA.
Oh, wow. Oh, and that was made into a movie a couple years later, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that was a huge song in the 60s.
Ah.
The Jeff Beck Group formed in the 60s.
Yeah, rest in peace to Jeff Beck there. And one of their singers, of course, actually was Rod Stewart as well. We know their song, Ain't Superstitious. And there was this other one called Going Down, which was a pretty damn good song. That was a big hit on the radio when I first started to listen to it when I was a wee kid.
Jefferson Airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Their big album was Surrealistic Pillow. There's not a bad song on that album.
And we know them by a White Rabbit, of course, Somebody to Love. But you have other songs like Today. What's that one called? Son of a name goat.
Coming Back to Me.
Coming Back to Me. And I guess Marty Ballin was the guy who wrote most of the ballads of the song there, when you think about it there. And I guess the other members of the Airplane were getting fed up with that there times there. Everyone was acting like a bunch of little brats.
Then you had Jerry Jeff Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Jethro Tull started in the 60s.
Yep. The album came out in, I guess, 68 and 69, if I'm correct there.
I believe so.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I forgot what the follow-up was, but the third one was Benefit, which was their breakthrough for sure.
And the song Teacher was on that disc as well there, which was a big radio hit there at that time. Good song there.
Jewel Akins, he's the guy I told you about the birds and the bees.
Ah.
Jim Reeves.
Jim Reeves.
Then there was this guy by the name of Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, yeah. We mentioned him yesterday. This guy would still today regarded as one of the greatest guitar players of all mankind. He had a lot of great stuff here. It's basically safe to say that he made guitar feedback his best friend. because he used that to his advantage, along with the whammy bar of his Stratocaster there.
And my personal favorite album is Electric Ladyland. Double
Awesome
set.
record there, absolutely there, especially side 3.
That's the one, Voodoo Child.
Yeah, well, there's 2 Voodoo Childs on that record.
The long Voodoo Child.
No, that was on side 1 there.
No, I know it on 1.
I know. Well, yeah, but the third album, the third side of that album had this single called "A Merman I Shall Be," 1980.
Right,
yeah,
1983, "A Mermaid I Should Be."
Yeah,
that is a great song.
A great piece there. It's great piece listened to there.
Yep. Then you had Joe Cocker came out, because you can remember his performance at Woodstock in '69.
Yeah, doing the chorus, his cover of the Beatles with a little help of my friends.
Yeah, I think even the Beatles were astounded by that and thought that was great.
I don't blame him at all. He did a great cover of that song there. And of course, he would do another Beatles cover. She Came In Through the Bathroom Window. That was released as a single.
Yeah. Then you had Joe South.
Yeah, the guy who originally wrote "Hush," which Deep Purple covered.
Then you had Joe Tex.
Mm-hmm. It's All Right, which Huey Lewis. Yep, which Huey Lewis later would cover on the covers album that they did years on down the line.
John Fred and his Playboy Band.
All right.
They did a song called "Judy in Disguise."
Oh yeah, I think I remember hearing that at one of the Goodwills back in Texas there.
John Mayall's Blues Breakers.
Yeah, which featured Eric Clapton after he departed from the Yardbirds there.
Yeah, I think he only stuck for 1, maybe 2 albums with him.
Yeah, his lineup, the lineup changes in his band revolved at a lot of times there.
Oh yeah,
a lot of times,
a bunch of people.
Exactly there. In
My
fact,
personal favorite album by them is something called Bare Wires.
And I think the members of Fleetwood Mac were part of his Blues Breakers, if I'm correct. I may be wrong.
Yeah, he pretty much had people in and out of that band a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It was like more Revolving Doors and King Crimson, which also started in the last year of the 60s. In the Core of the Crimson King, we know that hit song from that. The Title Cut, and of course, 21st Century Schizoid Man. That was one of the first prog rock albums to exist.
Johnny Preston, Running Bear. Johnny Rivers, he had a string of hits.
Oh yeah, his cover of Memphis, Poor Side of Town.
Maybelline.
He also, I think he had his cover of "Baby I Need Your Lovin'," if I'm correct. Yes, he did. Yes, I remember hearing the one of those retro singles back when I was in school there.
And Judy Collins started in the 60s.
That's right there. I guess she's the one who wrote Both Sides Now, if I remember. Yes.
Yeah, and then you had Joni Mitchell started back then
as well.
And she's the one that wrote Woodstock.
The song Woodstock, which Nash, Young, and the late Crosby later do. And like Neil Young, she had polio as a kid, believe it or not, and she also hails from Canada as well. And we also know her by her other. No, that's someone else. Oh, Joan Baez.
Right. She started in the 60s.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know by the song she wrote, Diamonds Are Rust, which Judas Priest would later make it to a heavy metal anthem.
And she also did The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down.
Which the band covered as well there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You had an artist by the name of Keith who had a big hit with 98.6.
So much sounds like a radio position there when you think about it.
Yeah, but it's about temperature. Ear temperature. Because that's supposedly optimum temperature for a person.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Rogers started then.
Yeah.
The Kinks.
The Kinks out there. We know their songs, Tired of Waiting for You, All Day and All the Night.
You and really got me.
The big one of the considered one of the most heavy metal songs out there. That opening riff is like, dang.
Then you had the Kingsmen.
And we know that
song, Louie Louie.
Yeah, which was got in trouble with the FBI because they thought there was explicit lyrics in that song there because you could hardly understand what the singer was singing. Of course, it would gain more popularity again thanks to being in the movie Animal House.
Yep. Yeah, the Kingston Trio. They had a string of pretty big hits.
Oh, yeah. Batman's Blunder, Tom Dooley. My ma had one of their albums called Sing Along with the Kingston Trio there.
Then you had the Knickerbockers. One of their famous songs was one called Lies, which Styx covered.
Oh, interesting.
Another group was The Leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And Led Zeppelin started in the 60s. Their
That's
first album was in 69.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And we all know the story. It was originally called the New Yardbirds until Keith Moon made a remark to them singing that they would sink like a lead balloon, and that gave Page and the boys, a new idea for a new name.
You had Lee Hazelwood, who then ended up doing a bunch of songs with Nancy Sinatra.
Nice.
The Left Bank, Walk Away Renee.
Ah.
The Lemon Pipers, Green Tambourine.
Yes, I remember you mentioned that song a couple of times, and I remember hearing that a few times. You got to give it up to the Goodwill stores back in Texas because they would play all these songs, repetitiously a lot of times there.
Okay, two things about this group. Their lead guitarist is a guy by the name of Bill Bartlett, who later formed a group called Ram Jam.
Ah.
And the other thing was their first album demonstrated what they wanted to do. Their producers wanted to do things like Green Tambourine, Rice is Nice, and the pretty pop songs. They have a song on there that's a 9-minute song called Through With You that does some real exploring. It sounds prog.
Uh-huh.
And it's a fabulous song.
I see there, yeah.
Then you had Len Berry. He did a song called 1, 2, 3. And what's famous, he recorded for Decca. And on the back of one of the Who albums, they said, if you liked this record, you'll like Len Berry. And I'm sitting there going, no, that's not true.
Oh, wow. That's how I guess that was how they advertised for their albums back there.
Yeah. Then Leon Russell started in the 60s.
Uh-huh.
Leslie Gore was big in the 60s.
Oh, yeah, there. Yes. And we know her song, It's My Party, I'll Cry If I Want To.
She had a string of hits, too.
Yep.
She did one of the first women's anthems, a song called You Don't Own Me. Little Anthony and the Imperials.
Oh, I know that song.
Right. Who is it, the one that, who was it who did that song, Don't Make Me Over? Was it the one you just mentioned, Ark, there, or was it something else?
That's something else, because You Don't Own Me just talks about, she says, you don't own me. I'm not one of your little toys, or something like that. But it's definitely female empowerment.
Yeah, I see there.
Then you had Little Eva, Locomotion.
Oh, yeah, which, you ever heard the Grand Funk Railroad cover version? You will not be disappointed there.
Not at all.
Nope.
Then you had Lloyd Price, Stagger Lee. Loretta Lynn started in the 60s.
Oh, yeah. Coal Miner's Daughter, the song, and a few others there.
Keith, what 60s music were you hearing on the radio, on the oldie stations back when you're listening to it?
Keep on Dancing, The Locomotion, Please Mr. Postman, Please Don't Beg.
You Don't Own Me.
Yeah, the Lonely song you were just talking about. You Don't Know Me, or
You Don't
Lonely, or whatever.
Own me. You don't own me.
Yeah, I know that one. Let's see. Magic Carpet Ride, Wild Thing, Dancing in the Moonlight.
That's 70s.
Yeah, by Thin Lizzy.
No, by King Harvest.
King Harvest. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I know there was a song by.
Yeah, Looking Glass. That was 70s. That's
Oh
a
yeah,
great,
that
Oh
good
wow.
song there.
Okay, I guess they
great
played a
one-hit
little bit
wonder.
of the 70s. They
Yeah.
played Na 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 Na. I mean, Hey
Easy.
Hey Goodbye.
Right. Steam.
Which you hear at
Yeah.
WWE events a lot of nowadays, when some villain or some heel there gets put out the building there. That's what the audience starts to say. Na 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 na. Hey hey,
Okay.
goodbye. Yep.
Yep.
You had Lou
Um.
Christie, Lightning Strikes. You probably heard
Mhm.
that one, Keith.
Yeah.
We all have.
I don't. How's that go?
Lightning strikes
Oh yeah. Okay.
again.
Yes,
This
I
is a
know.
higher
Okay.
pitch of
Yes.
voice.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
The twist. Do you like good music? Dancing
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
beat.
Mm.
Yep.
That sweet soul music, Arthur Conley.
Yep.
Ah,
All
that's
the
who
beach.
did that song. Because I remember hearing that at one of the grocery chains back in the early 2000s when I worked there.
Do you like good
Yeah.
music? Yeah, yeah.
All the Beach Boys songs. All the Beatles songs.
Uh-huh.
One Fine Day.
Yeah.
Written by Carole King and what's that guy's Barry Coffin, I guess it's called. Name was
I don't think it was Barry. I think it's George.
George
I don't remember.
Coffin. I know.
It's
I just
Coffin.
know. I know
Coffin.
it's just Coffin. Okay, my bad.
Goffin.
Okay, got you there.
I
just
can't get
know
no
that-
satisfaction.
Right.
All the
The
songs
Stones?
from the Four Tops, the Temptations,
Mhm.
the Ronettes.
Mhm.
You had Louis Armstrong. Did you ever hear Hello Dolly or Wonderful World?
I have.
Wonderful World.
Yeah, it became a big hit again thanks to that movie Good Morning Vietnam with Robin Williams at 87 there.
Yeah. I can't remember anything else.
You had Love. They did a song called 7 and 7 Is, My Little Red
Yes.
Book.
Yes, Love
Yep.
was
Oh,
what's this LA band, and the lead member was Arthur Lee, if I'm correct, and I guess they
Yes.
had a big cult. They had this big cult following around that time there. One of their big albums was called Forever Changes, if I'm correct there.
And then there's Da Capo.
What about those two brothers from the 60s?
Mm-hmm.
Which ones?
I can't remember. They had like 3 songs on the radio.
Mm.
It's not the Isley brother, the Everly brothers.
Oh, yeah. They did mostly 50s, but they did have some 60s hits. They had like Taffy's
Wait a
Clown.
minute. Wait a minute. Did my OBS go out?
I don't know.
Better not be, or else I'm going to be upset
Let me
there.
check.
Then you had the Lovin' Spoonful, John Sebastian.
Hmm.
Yeah, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Pretty Woman.
Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
And actually, it's
Earlier show.
I know, yeah, it was informed. There's OBS just went out, man. The fuck.
Well, mine's still going. You don't have to kill yourself over it.
I'm just mad that it did that.
Okay, you had Lulu. Her 2 big songs were a cover of Shout and To Sir With Love.
Yeah, which became a movie.
Mm-hmm. Lynn Anderson.
Oh, with that song, I Want Girl to Call My Dream Lover. Oh yeah, Dream Lover by Darren.
Eric and the Everly
Bobby
Brothers.
Darin.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dream Lover. You had the Mamas and the Papas. You heard California Dreaming? Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, they had one song. Which one was it?
Go ahead.
I saw her again last night. It actually has a mistake in that song, but they left it because it sounded so cool.
Mm.
But midway through the song, he starts to sing. He says, "I saw her." Then he stops and says, "Oh, too early. I saw her again last night, and that was a mistake. But they left in the song because it sounded cool.
Mm.
It's kind of like the Bill Withers thing with "Ain't No Sunshine."
Mm.
I know. They left that in, even though he was going to write another verse because they liked it.
Mm.
Manfred Mann, do
Oh
what
yeah,
diddy.
and of course the Mighty
Oh,
Quinn later on.
That's the song I was trying to remember just now. Do I diddy diddy, dum diddy do. There she was, just walking
Yeah,
down the
that's
street.
it. That's him.
Yeah. I was just thinking. I was trying to remember that song just now. Thank you.
Then you had Marianne Faithfull, who did a cover of the Stone song "As Tears Go By,"
And she was romantically involved with Mick Jagger at one point there.
and she did "A Little Bird."
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the Marquettes, who did a song called "Out of Limits."
Mm-hmm.
The Marmalade.
Oh, what about the bird song? By the Trashman.
Yeah, Surfing Bird.
Yes, and that was also on Family Guy too.
Yes, and also yep.
Know about the bird.
And also check out the Ramones cover version of that song as well there.
Then you got the Marmalade, who did a song called "Reflections of My Life," which is a great song, and they're basically a one-hit wonder.
Ah.
Marty Robbins, El Paso.
Mm-hmm. El Paso's own.
Mary Hopkins.
Oh, on that station they also played "Good Time Rock and Roll."
Oh, the Bob Seger thing, yeah.
Yeah, that came out in '78.
Mary Hopkins did "Those Were the Days." My friend, we thought they'd never end. You had Mason Williams.
Oh, that's. Oh, what about going to the chapel? The Chapel of Love.
Dixie Cups.
Oh yeah.
Mason
Sugar.
Mason Williams did a song called "Classical Gas." And here's a group you might have heard one of their songs there, Keith. The McCoys.
Ah.
Hang on, Sloopy.
Oh yeah, I like that song. And I like the music video too.
Music video?
Go ahead.
I didn't know they had a music video for that song. Well,
they
do. Well, they have music. Well, back then they were not called music videos. It was just music. Was it? You call it now, but
the group standing there syncing to the song because they weren't actually singing it.
Yeah, lip syncing or miming, as was originally referred to as back then.
Yeah, the old American Bandstand thing.
Yep, exactly. And we also got to get that show program because that show was going on back at that time there as well.
Then you had Melanie, who had a string of pretty big
there's
hits.
an actual music video to "Hang On Sloopy."
Yeah, well, they called it that now because back then it wasn't called music videos back then. I think it was called promo videos, promo films or something like that. I'm not too sure,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Then you had Melanie, who had a pretty big string of hits. Her most famous one was "Lay Down Candles in the Rain," Brand New Key. You know, I've got a pair of brand new roller skates. You've got a brand new key. Keith's probably heard that song.
Was it didn't she have this other song called "Children of the Sun"? I think it was called.
That's similar, but I don't recall if that was the actual name of the song, but there was one that was part of the verse.
I know because
the House of the Rising Sun. I remember that one.
Oh, we know that song. That takes place in New Orleans, by the way. There.
Yeah, that's what they call it. There's a house in New Orleans. They call it the Rising Sun.
No.
Yeah.
Is there an actual house called the House of the Rising Sun located in that area there?
I don't know.
Because I remember when we was on the weekend that we moved from Texas here to Florida, we stopped. We stopped, by Louisiana, and I guess I was like, maybe we should have. I was thinking maybe we should have passed by New Orleans for a while there, but we wasn't able to. We were on the go, non-stop there.
Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels.
Oh yeah.
Devil with the dress on. Devil with the blue dress
Detroit's
on.
own. Detroit's
Oh, yeah.
own, man. And we also mentioned the Bob Seger. Also, Bob Seger. First, it was Bob Seger and The Last Herd. Their song East Side Story there. Pretty good song there. Look it up on YouTube there. And also later, the Bob Seger System. With the chorus, with 2 plus 2 is on my mind. Probably the most profound anti-war songs that's out there. And we also cannot forget, the one we mentioned, Rambling Gambling Man, also Lucifer as well there. Also another band that was active in the 60s there, the MC5. They played the Chicago. It was in Chicago when that riot went down in, I guess it was in 68, I guess it was, when the whole situation with the Chicago 8 got involved in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big story about that there.
The next group is a group called Moby Grape. They were poised to be incredibly successful, and for some reason it never happened.
Wow.
Their famous thing was on their first album, they had 5 singles released simultaneously.
Wow.
Which is not a smart thing to do, but that's what the record company wanted to do.
Yeah.
And they pushed the hell out of this group, but it's interesting. They're good, and they did a lot of good songs, but they never got big. Then they had another group that got pretty big, you might have heard of. The Monkees.
Oh, yeah. Made for, it's safe to say that they were one of the first boy bands that were out there, because usually boy bands, you see them, they're put together by producers or executives there, and the Monkees were basically modeled after the Beatles. I guess somebody got the idea after watching their 2 first movies, Hard Day's Night and Help, and figure, hey, let's put together a band of our own on TV there, about a band that's looking to make it big, playing all these little club gigs and stuff there. And the show was very successful there. I mean, like, it had a second run on MTV when they did a thing called Pleasant Valley Sunday on that network, and it just took off from there. And the next thing you know, Monkey Mania was reborn throughout that whole year. Sorry.
Now, Nesmith and Torque could actually play their own instruments.
Yep,
but
they did.
The first couple of albums were played by session musicians, and the Monkees did the singing.
Yeah. Yes.
But then the Monkees insisted on learning their instruments and doing their own thing, which they did on the rest of the way.
Yes, they did. And
so
for
the old
good
thing
reason.
about they didn't play their instruments was, after the second album, a load of crap.
Yeah. But basically, but then again, you also have to remember that they were on this tight schedule for between the recording studio to the TV tapings to this and that there. So there's not a lot of time here in between there.
Right.
It's when they finally got creative control like they wanted. That's when those albums took longer and longer.
Right. A group called The Move started in the 60s.
Yep, and we know there are 2 main members, actually 3 main members. Roy Wood, who later put together his project, Wizard, with 2 Z's. And of course, Beth Bevan and Jeff Lynne, who later put together the Electric Light Orchestra. And the first record from them. Go ahead.
And actually, the first record included Roy Wood.
Yes, exactly. And that album is here in the States is called No Answer. And it's a pretty damn good record.
It really is.
It is, yeah. It's like, especially the opening cut.
10538 Overture.
Yes, it is. Pretty damn good song there. In fact, there's a video of that. It's like a music clip of that performance from some British TV show.
Then you had the Music Machine. Their big hit was something called Talk Talk,
which Alice Cooper later covered on one of his later albums.
Then you had the Nashville Teens. Their big song was a cover of Tobacco Road.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had a group called The Nazz.
Yes, featuring Tom Rundgren.
Well, yeah. That's where I was going, but yeah. And that had the original version of Hello, It's Me, which is much more mellow song than the one Rundgren really did.
Yes.
Then one of my, what do they call him?
Mm-hmm.
At any rate, Neil Diamond. He's
Uh-huh.
kind of one of my guilty pleasures. I really like the guy.
Oh yeah, well he's kind of like, well, not that much of a kind of like reached cult status now thanks to his legacy and some of his songs being played at karaoke clubs and everything else there, especially Sweet Caroline.
Oh yeah, Neil Sedaka.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I know that song.
Calendar Girl, Calendar Girl,
Yep.
Laughter in the Rain. Those are many of his big songs there.
Yeah.
Did you know of a group called the New Beats?
No.
Not really. No.
They did a song called Bread and Butter. That's kind of like one of those first high male voices.
Oh, I see there. I think I remember a guy named Robert John did his cover of that song. I remember hearing his version then.
Yeah, the New Vaudeville Band.
Oh.
They did a song called Winchester Cathedral that the singer used a megaphone, like Rudy Valley.
I see there, yeah.
Okay, then you had The Nice.
Yeah, featuring Keith Emerson, rest in peace, on keyboards there.
Yeah, and they definitely did a lot of the classical type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They did a cover of America. They did a couple of Bach tunes. I mean, they had other songs that weren't classical, but about half their. Keith Emerson was big in doing classical music.
He was, yeah, which ELP later did on their albums. And
yeah,
then
like Pictures
concerts
at
as well.
Exhibition, the entire album.
Yep, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, are we going to pick up on part 3 Wednesday?
I think so. Yes, definitely.
And if we spend a little more time on this, instead of getting into whatever the heck it was we were into a while ago,
yeah,
we can.
But then again, that's
Well,
RP for you,
yeah.
you know.
No big deal. But it's going to drag this out, which is fine. I mean, it's really not affecting anything.
I think I found the song. I think I found the song that Dr. O was talking about from Lil Jon. It's called Let's Go. I think that's the one that samples Ozzy Osbourne or something.
Oh yeah, Let's Go. Yes, that's the one. Yes, it has. I don't know. I guess it's a whole bunch of different rappers, but Lil Jon does the chorus of that song there. If you want it, you can get it. Let's go. Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Okay, we'll pick up with this on Wednesday.
All right.
And continue with the list. And again, one of the other things I want to get into is I want to talk about the number ones throughout the years too, because it's kind of interesting to see the progression that music made through the 60s.
Yes.
Especially the huge jump from about 63 to 64 in that period of time. Oh, man. At any rate.
All right, there.
Okay.
Is YR still here, or did he leave us?
Let's see here. I think he may have left there. I think he's still here on the
Brown,
call.
did you
Oh,
get
there.
your-
Oh my God.
Dr. Brown, did you get your? Did Dr. Brown, did you get
more.
your computer fixed and your earphones?
I know it's not my earphone. It was my OBS. It just it stopped for some dumb reason there. And it's supposed to be streaming right now, but it's not. I gotta work on this. Well, I recorded some of this, 14 minutes on the Skype call here. I should probably do that next time. I hope I don't have to keep doing that once more, man.
Right.
And yes, it makes me mad that it does this.
What are we listening to?
I don't know, but
YMCA instrumental.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, it's a karaoke version.
Oh, don't sing it.
No, I'm not going to.
No.
Hell no.
He's playing it because SC was on.
So which one are you, the Indian or the construction worker or the policeman or what?
I don't know. None of us are. None of us are.
Yeah. Nah, cause like SC and yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
We'll
Dr. Brown,
continue with the 60s.
Dr. Brown,
That's right there.
did you take your shit today and wipe your ass?
Who, me?
Yes.
Always.
No,
Thank you.
the other Dr. Earl.
Okay.
50% of this community don't wipe their ass, so.
Well,
Including Keith.
I like my ass.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
all right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.